Your voice, your vote. Republican Congressman Chris Jacobs, Democratic challenger Nate McMurray, and Libertarian candidate Duane Whitmer facing off at St. Joseph Collegiate Institute this morning. All three are vying to represent New York's 27th congressional district.
7 Eyewitness News senior reporter Eileen Buckley says they took on some pretty tough questions by students, tackling topics from racism to the COVID-19 pandemic.
The three candidates running in New York's 27th congressional district debated a number of issues for more than an hour. St. Joe's teacher Ted Lina moderated and kicked off the questions, asking if they believe President Trump has done a good job handling the pandemic.
The worst crisis of our life, and the government failed.
No one has gotten it perfect. I think the president has done a good job.
It's a historic fiasco.
Democratic candidate Nate McMurray facing off against Republican Chris Jacobs and Libertarian Party candidate Duane Whitmer. Students also asked questions including what the candidates think about racism and fighting for racial equity.
Unfortunately, many of the protests were hijacked by radicals who turned them into violent episodes.
Mr. Jacobs would not even say the words, "Black Lives Matter." In my last debate with him, he said it was a radical ideology.
End the war on drugs, end the war on guns, get rid of the victimless crimes. It'll reduce systematic racism.
And while answering questions about whether marijuana should be legalized, McMurray used it to take a jab at Congressman Jacobs on health care.
Mr. Jacobs signed on to funding lawsuits to take away pre-existing conditions protections that are part of the Affordable Care Act. That's one of the things he did when he was in Congress for just 3 months.
I am for protecting pre-existing conditions. Actually, in the first couple of months, I actually co-sponsored legislations to do just that.
After the debate, Whitmer took aim at Jacobs, blaming him for giving Governor Cuomo executive power during the pandemic.
But doing a move like that is absolutely insane.
McMurray filed a lawsuit this week suing his former employer, Delaware North, for placing him on unpaid leave several years ago. The company is owned by the Jacobs family, but McMurray refused to discuss it when asked if it was a political move.
Why now? Everybody's curious about it. Yeah, why now?
Well, there's legal reasons for it that I'm not going to get into that will resolve in court.
I do think it's a little ironic that he does it 2 weeks before the election.
We are just days away from the November election, and now those living in the NY27 district have a clearer view of what the candidates think. But it's all up to the voters in November. In the town of Tonawanda, Eileen Buckley, 7 Eyewitness News.